Today, I'm back with another Mega Physical Media Challenge video for you all. Today, I'm taking on another Huck's challenge here. This is going to be the 25 actress challenge with one ensemble title, and I'm going to have my super mega twist on it, of course. And so, wow, this got really difficult because I can't use any of the same movies I already used in the other challenges. So any of the superhero titles I used in the A through Z challenge and the actor challenge, I cannot use again. So, oh my goodness, I got my list here. Let's get right into it. So starting with the top of the pile, we got Margot Robbie in the Suicide Squad. Yeah, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is perfect casting in my opinion. She does a great job. She just brings such a wonderful wackiness to the role. She has great action scenes in this movie. She's definitely one of the main characters here in the Suicide Squad. She has some great moments in there, especially once they get to the monster battle at the end of the movie. I mean, she's just a great actress in everything she does. She was great in Wolf of Wall Street, so I had to definitely show her off in the Suicide Squad. All right, so that's my number one. Let's get in number two here. Next up, I'm going to have Anya Taylor-Joy in the New Mutants. Now, I like this movie more than most for it being like a horror superhero genre kind of mixture of a movie, so definitely some cool horror elements within this. And Anya Taylor-Joy is just a fantastic actress. She's great in everything she is in. She was awesome in The Witch, so I had to show her off in some way, and perfectly to have the New Mutants here. She definitely is a standout in the movie. She has an awesome character, just kind of like a snarky character that just like wants to show off that she's better than everybody else, but then she also got the little dragon, and that's such a cool element. So she has a great power set in the movie. But yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy is just an awesome actress, so how to show her off, so how to pull the New Mutants. All right, next, getting to my third pick here, we're gonna have to go with Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm gonna have to go with Zendaya in here as MJ. Now, Spider-Man No Way Home, of course, is a really fun fan service of a movie. A lot of awesome characters in here, but Zendaya has always been one of my favorite actresses. She was great in The Greatest Showman, so every time I see her perform, I think she does a solid to great job. I think she is a good MJ in these Spider-Man movies. She has a good chemistry dynamic with Peter Parker in the movies, so I think she plays her part perfectly for what it is. So I had to recognize Zendaya, so how to pull Spider-Man No Way Home. An awesome front cover for this one, of course. All right, that was my third pick. Getting to my fourth pick here. Have to go with The Incredible Hulk. Yes, gonna go with The Incredible Hulk, and this is gonna be for Liv Tyler as Betty Ross in this movie. Now, I think she does a really good job as Betty Ross. I mean, she plays, the supporting role very well. I think she does have a decent chemistry dynamic with Edward Norton's Hulk in the movie, and so, she brings some emotion to the movie, some romance there. And so, yeah, just how to recognize Liv Tyler. And here we go. We got The Incredible Hulk to do that with. So there we go. That was my fourth actress pick. Now we're on to my fifth actress pick, and we're gonna go with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel in Captain Marvel. Now, I think Captain Marvel is a pretty decent character, even though this isn't my favorite Marvel movie of all time. I'd probably put it either mid-tier or lower tier. But you know what? Brie Larson does a good job for the role she is given. She definitely is a very powerful character, and especially when she shows up in like Avengers Endgame, very powerful character. She definitely has some good throwdown moments there. So, you know what? I had to recognize Brie Larson. I think she's a pretty solid actress, so how to pull Captain Marvel for that pick. All right, next on to my sixth pick here. I'm going to have to recognize Scarlett Johansson in Captain America: The Winter Soldier as Black Widow. I mean, Scarlett Johansson is just a phenomenal actress in everything she does. And to me, she fits the Black Widow character perfectly. Just how she speaks and moves, and then her dynamic back and forth with Steve Rogers here, Captain America. Also, a really excellent movie, one of the best MCU movies of all time. I think, that's important part to having that Black Widow dynamic in it. I think she just adds a little bit of spice to the movie. So she has some cool scenes, some cool moments. So yeah, how to recognize Scarlett Johansson. So how to pull Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Such a good movie as well. All right, next, we had to pull, yes, Black Widow, not for Scarlett Johansson, because I already said Scarlett Johansson, but actually for Florence Pugh. Now, to me, Florence Pugh is definitely one of those like rising star actresses that just is, you know, getting more roles out there. She's excellent in everything I see her in. She was great, of course, in Black Widow. I think she had a perfect sister dynamic with Black Widow, so she worked perfectly in the movie. I thought she was giving it her all. In the new movie, Don't Worry, Darling, I thought she was the standout and the best part of that movie. So to me, I'm always now going to be probably a little bit excited when I hear there's a project with Florence Pugh in the movie. And yeah, to me, that just makes her a great actress. So yeah, I think she's awesome. She gets better every time. So yeah, definitely had to recognize Florence Pugh. Might as well show off the back cover because that's Florence Pugh right there. There we go. That's why I had to pull Black Widow for this pick, just to show her off. Once again, I think she has some fun moments in the movie. So yes, how to go Florence Pugh there. All right, next on to number 8. On to number 8, I'm gonna have to go with, because I haven't pulled it yet, in Avengers Endgame, I'm gonna have to go with Tessa Thompson. I had to recognize Tessa Thompson in some way. The only way I could think to do that here was to pull Avengers Endgame, just because I've used so many other titles already. But I think she's awesome. She's a really good actress. I enjoyed her ever since seeing her in the Creed movies. I just think she does a really good job. And then, you know, as King Valkyrie, I think she does a solid job. She has a cool moment, you know, riding in on the flying Pegasus there in the big Endgame battle scene. So I think that's really fun. And yeah, I think she just has some key moments there. She always does a pretty decent job in any movie I've seen her in. And she was good in Thor Ragnarok. She was, you know, a better part of Thor Love and Thunder. So yeah, Tessa Thompson, definitely had to recognize her here. All right, next, getting on to number 9. Yes, number 9, I'm going to have to go with, I'm sorry, I'm going to probably pronounce the name wrong here. I do apologize. So I pulled Black Panther to recognize Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, hopefully I said the name correct there. But as Nakia, I believe it is, in Black Panther. To me, Lupita does a great job. She's awesome. She was really good in Us. I think that was like her standout performance. I mean, it was just something very eerie about it, you know, kind of terrifying about how she was able to play, you know, kind of like two characters in the movie Us. That was really cool to see. She did a phenomenal job there. So that's totally her movie, in my opinion, just with how good that performance was. But she does a great job in Black Panther as well. I guess kind of being that love interest to Black Panther. I think she plays that supporting role perfectly. So no problems there. How to recognize her in some way. So how to pull Black Panther for that. All right, next, going to, all right, number 10 here. Number 10, how to pull Avengers Age of Ultron, because I have not used this title yet. I'm going to have to recognize Elizabeth Olsen here as the Scarlet Witch, right? Wanda. I mean, she is so awesome as that character. To me, that's like perfect casting. She just does a great job. I thought she was pretty good in the new Doctor Strange movie as well. She was probably one of the better parts of that movie. Just to see her go full-on Scarlet Witch mode again. I mean, oh my goodness, she was definitely terrifying. A very scary character. So, you know, she starts as a villain, goes to a hero, you know, goes back to a villain. So she's always back and forth, but very cool, very comic accurate there. And yeah, so Elizabeth Olsen, I think she just gets better and better every time I see her in something. She was great in WandaVision. She really made that Disney Plus show. And to me, that's probably still my favorite Disney Plus show. So how to recognize Elizabeth Olsen. She just does such an awesome job. All right. Gotta fix my little pile here so it doesn't tumble down. All right, let's continue here. We are now on to 11. So 11, gonna have to pull Ant-Man and the Wasp because I haven't pulled this title yet, but I'm gonna recognize Michelle Pfeiffer here. Yes, Michelle Pfeiffer is awesome. She's the original Wasp in the movie, and then, you know, she shows up a little bit later, right, just kind of as an older self. But Michelle Pfeiffer is fantastic. She's, you know, an actress I've just always enjoyed. She was great in Batman Returns as Catwoman. Like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm talking about. She was fantastic as a Catwoman. But I already pulled Batman Returns to recognize Danny DeVito in the actor video, so I couldn't do that again. So this was kind of a way to get around it with Ant-Man and the Wasp. So how to recognize Michelle Pfeiffer that way. All right, next. All right, we're getting to 12. Yes, now we're on to 12. Now, this is a title I just recently picked up and just watched for the first time. So I got The Shadow right here. I'm going to have to recognize Kim Basinger, I think is how we... Wait, no, this is totally out of order. I am not on The Shadow yet. Oops, nope, totally got the name wrong. I will get back to The Shadow once I get to it. Actually, let's go to, because I was just watching it, I put it out of order, then put it back in order. All right, next, we got to talk about Batman 1989. Here we go. This is going to be Kim Basinger. Totally might be saying the name wrong, but that's going to be for Vicky Vale, you know, the love interest, the Bruce Wayne in the movie. And, you know, Batman 1989 is such a great movie. Of course, you got Michael Keaton, you got Jack Nicholson. They are fantastic, but this is not the actor list. That was a whole nother video. So I'm going to recognize the main actress here in this movie. Once again, that's going to be Kim as Vicky Vale. I think Vicky Vale is a solid character in this movie. She has a supporting role, but she plays the role perfectly. You got to have a little bit of romance in there with the Bruce Wayne character just to kind of get that, you know, double life dynamic going back and forth between Batman and Bruce Wayne. So I think she's necessary. And you know what? She has some good moments in the movie. Of course, she's not the standout of the movie because of the rest of the talent involved. I get it. But, you know, I haven't pulled this title yet until now. And so that's why I'm going to recognize Kim for this movie. All right, next. Getting into number 13 here. Number 13. So I had to pull Justice League, the theatrical cut, just because I haven't pulled this movie yet in any of my other videos. At least I don't think so. And I already talked about Zack Snyder's Justice League, so I couldn't pull that one again. But I had to recognize Gal Gadot, and I already pulled all the other Wonder Woman titles in my other videos. So I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I going to recognize Gal Gadot? There was kind of a way around that. So this is going to be the theatrical version of Justice League. And you know what? Gal Gadot, I actually think is pretty solid in this movie. Of course, she's even better in Zack Snyder's Justice League because that's, you know, edited a little bit better, or should I say way better. But still, the moments with Wonder Woman, especially the beginning moments here, I think those scenes are really cool. Some great action moments. I mean, she's definitely, you know, a standout out of the Justice League in this movie. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. And I think Gal Gadot just gets better every time I see her. She just always improves. I think she's just becoming a better and better actress. I did enjoy her. I believe she was in Fast and Furious 5. If I'm remembering, that was my favorite Fast and the Furious movie. And so, you know what? I think, you know, she's just going to continue to get better as an actress. So how to recognize Gal Gadot. So how to pull that title, just because I haven't pulled that title until now. All right, next. I'm going to have to pull this title because I also haven't pulled this title into now. So we got Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Here, I'm going to have to recognize Amy Adams. She plays Lois Lane. And you know what? I think Amy Adams is just a really good, solid actress. You know, she can give a performance, and I think she does her job perfectly in here as Lois Lane. You gotta have Lois Lane anytime Superman is around, and she does a good job. You know, she's basically a reporter that's, you know, has that certain personality where she's kind of like a go-getter. It's going to get the story, you know, no matter what, whatever the story is, whatever the truth is, you know. But yeah, she does a great job as Lois Lane. Can't complain there. And Amy Adams, just in general, is a really good actress. So how to recognize her for that. All right, next we are getting into, let's see what number we are at. We are at 15 now. I'm going to show off my favorite movie of all time, and this is going to be The Dark Knight Rises. Going to have to recognize Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I think she's a really good part to the movie. I think she does Catwoman perfectly. She looks the part. And you know what? I think she's a really good actress. I think she got really good. Just recently seen her in, what was that, Ocean's 8. She did a phenomenal job there. So, you know what? I think she's an elite level actress, one of the best out there. Every time I see her, I'm like, you know what? She's giving it her all performance in the movie. And yeah, she's definitely a delight to have in The Dark Knight Rises. I think this movie is very underrated. It's a very good movie, and Catwoman just adds to it. She does a really good performance here, in my opinion. All right, let's look at our list here. All right, next, we are going to go with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I don't believe I have pulled this title yet, so I had to pull it. A few different ways I could go with here, but I'm going to have to go with actually Kathryn Hahn as Dr. Octopus. It was a surprise to see her on screen with the voice. You're like, wait, I recognize that voice. Oh, that's Kathryn Hahn. She was a really cool villain in the movie. Very unexpected once again, so I really like that about the movie. This movie is just phenomenal, but Kathryn Hahn is just awesome. She's always a delight whenever she shows up in anything. WandaVision, she was great in. So yeah, I want to see more Kathryn Hahn, so how to recognize her. So did that with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. All right, next we're on to 17. Okay, now we're on to The Shadow. Now we're in the right order here. Now, because I was running out of titles, I had to pick The Shadow, even though it's not my favorite superhero movie of all time. But I'm going to have to recognize Penelope Ann Miller, who plays Margot Lane in the movie. You know what? I think she did a solid job once again for her supporting role. I need to see more movies that she's in. But you know what? I have to work with the titles I got. Started running out of titles. I had to pull The Shadow. So, hey, it is what it is. All right, next. All right, now we're on to 18. I'm going to have the ultimate cut of Watchmen. And I'm going to have to recognize here, hopefully I say the name correctly, Malin Ackerman, who plays Laurie Jupiter, basically the main actress of the movie, who's, a part of the Watchmen group. You know what? I think she does a really good job in the movie. To me, she's probably one of the best parts of the movie, if not the best part. She has a really cool costume, and you know what? She is that like love interest, she's with like Dr. Manhattan first, and then of course she gets with the other Watchmen, and so you got a little love triangle thing going right there. So, you know what? Just makes the story a little bit more intriguing, more interesting to me, but she does have some really powerful emotional moments too, especially like when she's trying to convince Dr. Manhattan to kind of save the world and all that good stuff. So I think she has some good standout scenes there, but yeah, just how to recognize her because she's a part I remember in the movie. Absolutely. All right, next, going on to 19. How to pull Logan. Yep, how to pull Logan. And for this one, I'm going to recognize Daphne Keane, the one who plays, X-23, basically the kid mutant there. I think she does a really good job, especially like as a kid actress in that role. I'm not sure what her age is in the movie, when she filmed and whatnot, but I think she did a good job for the character. Definitely did a good job. Had a good dynamic back and forth between, Logan in there, made for some really powerful moments. And yeah, this movie is just very intense. It's a really well-written movie. It won that Oscar, I believe, for script, if I'm remembering correctly. So really good movie. Had to show this title at some point. And so I think Daphne Keane definitely does add to the movie. Really good, solid performance there. So had to recognize her with that one. All right, next I'm on to, 20, and we got The Phantom. Yes, I told you I was running out of some titles for superhero movies, so I had to pull this one. But with this one, I'm going to have to recognize Catherine Zeta-Jones, and you know what? She's an awesome actress. I liked her ever since seeing her in The Mask of Zorro. I think, she's always just a delight to see. She plays her supporting role perfectly. And so, she has a really small part in The Phantom. But you know what? I had to recognize her, and this was a way to recognize her. So yeah, definitely Catherine Zeta-Jones. Really good actress that I'll definitely remember. So how to show that off. All right, next we are on to 21 here, and I got, yes, which Blade movie am I gonna go with? Let's go Blade Trinity, just to recognize Jessica Biel. It's Jessica Biel. What else do I need to say? I'm going to have to recognize her in some way, shape, or form. So for superhero titles, I got to pull Blade Trinity for that. And I don't think Jessica Biel is terrible in the movie at all. You know, she works with what she has in there. You know, you got Ryan Reynolds in there. And they really, you know, do a decent performance with what they got. I mean, you know what? There were so many issues going on with Blade Trinity, you know, with Wesley Snipes, you know, not wanting to perform and things like that. So, you know, it came together how it came together at the end of the day. But at least I get to recognize Jessica Biel with Blade Trinity. So there we go. All right, next. Okay, now we're on to 22. 22, another trilogy. Right here, I got the Dark Man Trilogy. Yes. So I'm going to show with Dark Man. The first one, I have to recognize Frances McDormand. Yes, Frances McDormand is in Dark Man. She does a good solid performance, and she's just one of the best actresses out there today. I mean, think about the movies, right? What the movies right there? Let me think. Sorry, the names are slipping my mind. We got Nomadland. Yes, right? Wins an award for that. We got Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, wins an award for that, right? So she has at least a couple Oscars. She might have a third one. Does she have a third one? I think she might. But just one of the best actresses of all time out there, Frances McDormand. Had to recognize in some way, and I'm glad I had Dark Man to be able to do that. And actually, the first Dark Man's pretty good. You know what? I enjoy that movie for what it is. And you got Sam Raimi directing it, Liam Neeson in there. So yeah, actually, it's kind of fun, that movie. All right, next, I am on to... All right, where are we at? We're at 23 here, 23. So I'm going to have to pull Thor Love and Thunder. Just got this movie in. And I'm going to recognize Natalie Portman here. I think Natalie Portman's a really good actress. And she's one of the better parts of this Thor Love and Thunder movie. I think without her in the movie would have even been a lot worse. She definitely brings some more dramatic scenes, some more emotional scenes, and so I think she does a really good job. She looks the part. She looks like Mighty Thor. She got bulked up for the movie. She did that hardcore training, and so she dedicated herself to doing a solid job here in this movie, and she's just a great actress. You know, anytime I see her in a movie, she's usually bringing it. So yeah, I gotta recognize Natalie Portman. So glad Thor Love and Thunder came in so I could do that. All right, next, got Hulk. Yes, Hulk. This one, I'm going to have to recognize Jennifer Connelly. Of course, Jennifer Connelly is amazing. She plays Betty Ross in the movie. I almost forgot for a quick minute that she was the one who played Betty Ross in here, but I was watching this one again, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is Jennifer Connelly. She is an awesome actress. She was great in all the 80s movies I've seen her in. Career Opportunities is such a good movie. That's probably my favorite go-to Jennifer Connelly movie. Yes, just so good. Such a fun movie. And then, you know, she was in Top Gun Maverick, which is an amazing movie. She did a good job in there. So yeah, Jennifer Connelly, had to recognize her, no doubt. Glad I had Hulk to be able to do that. She's just awesome as an actress. All right, next. All right, gonna pull a whole collection of movies here. So I guess what this counts as a cheat. Do all my other trilogies count as a cheat? Well, I don't think I've gone past 5 cheats yet. This may be the 3rd or 4th cheat here then. But yeah, Superman 5-film collection, but I'm gonna pick Superman 2 because I haven't talked about that movie yet. We're gonna have to go with Margot Kidder. Might be saying the name wrong, but the one who plays Lois Lane. I think she does a good job as Lois Lane in the movie for what her character is supposed to be. I think she's solid in the movie. I really like Superman 2. That's one of my favorite Superman movies. Already talked about Superman the movie, so couldn't talk about that one again. So I talked about Superman 2 with now Lois Lane, of course, essential part of any Superman story. So Margot Kidder, I'm going to recognize with that one because, hey, why not? All right, and then now I'm on to my ensemble pick here. And unfortunately on this one, I did have to cheat. I ran out of superhero titles, and I'm like, oh my goodness, is there even an ensemble title out there for superhero movies. And I was thinking, I'm like, maybe there is one. I can't think of it right now. So I'm going to have to go with a movie that just has a really powerful, actress, collection of actresses moment. So I'm gonna have to repeat a title here that I actually already pulled, unfortunately. So let me grab it again. Yes, let me grab off the pile. And I'm gonna have to show Avengers Endgame again, because you get an awesome scene, an A-Force scene with all those female Avengers, all the actresses there that have that really cool moment in the final Endgame battle. For some reason, they just appear together, which is a little weird. I know they did it for the fan service moment of the A-Force, but just to see them all in that same movie together in that moment was so cool. You had all of them there, and they just had a lot of great individual moments too within the movie. So they didn't only have a great group moment. I mean, they had some cool individual moments. Like Captain Marvel had her awesome moments fighting against Thanos. We had Wanda, Scarlet Witch, right? Elizabeth Olsen's character, having some great moments against Thanos as well. Really powerful, right? Thanos is like, oh yeah, I don't even know your name. She's like, you will. Oh yeah, yes you will. So really good, powerful actress moments in Avengers Endgame. You got the stuff with Black Widow too, which is really powerful. I mean, oh my goodness, the list goes on and on. But because of that A-Force moment specifically in the Endgame battle, you got them all together. Really cool fan service moment. I'm gonna have to repeat this title, show it again, just to explain that moment. But that is gonna be my ensemble part there, the A-Force Avenger moment. But there we go. I completed the challenge. Yeah, I had some cheats in there. I think I got to like 4 or 5 cheats, but I did not go over the limit. So you know what? I think I completed this challenge the best I could. But let me know in the comments below. First of all, do you think I passed this challenge? Did I do a good enough job? Were my cheats okay on this one? Let me know if I succeeded there. Also, do you agree with any of the actresses and movies I picked out? Would there be some other choices you would have gone with? But also keep in mind, I couldn't repeat anything for my A through Z movie one. I couldn't repeat anything in the actor movie one. So you know what? If you had some better options out there, definitely leave those in the comments below. And if you're visiting the channel for the very first time and you love collecting physical media and being part of this awesome league of mega film fans, make sure you subscribe right now. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
I don't even know who you are.
You will.
And if you enjoyed this physical media topic video, click another video to see more. Also like the video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.